If you clicked on this video, I'm sure you're wondering what are the actual best knives for every single pair of gloves in CS2. If you're wondering this question, I will make sure to answer it in this video. So let's start off with the banger gloves, sport gloves. First, we have slingshot gloves, and in this case, I combine them with Talon Ruby. And the reason I picked the Talon is because of the ivory handle, which matches nicely with the top of these gloves, and obviously the Ruby fits alright with the red parts of the gloves. The reason I say alright is because it's not the same color tone as the Ruby is, but still I think it looks nice. Maybe you don't like the Talon. In that case, any Ruby knife works. Pretty much anything that has a red. Even Slaughter knives kinda work. Up next we have Scarlet Shaman gloves, and here I combine them with Karambit Crimson Web. Now usually Crimson Webs are probably your best bets to go with these gloves. Now I know there are Crimson Web gloves as well, but I like to keep it a bit different. I don't like pairing the same finish with the same gloves. I don't think that's very creative, and to be honest, it looks kinda bad. You don't really want to see two same things on your screen. And the reason I went for the Crimson Web, for obvious reasons, you have the dark webs, the black webs that go throughout the Crimson Web finish, which matches nicely with the patterns, with the black patterns on these gloves. Up next, we have Bronze Morph gloves, and these are without a doubt best paired with a cut knife Emerald. I'm sure you have seen this in my previous videos. It's an absolutely banger of an underrated combo. Definitely the best choice here for obvious reasons. The dark red handle pairs incredibly well with the dark red on the slingshot gloves, and the emerald obviously pairs really nicely with the green spots that you have on these gloves. Now I know it's not the same color tone of green, but still it fits the best. Up next we have big game gloves, and they are best paired with a Talon Tiger Tooth. To be fair, any Tiger Tooth works, but Talon is the best, again because of its ivory handle, which matches nicely with the white lines on these gloves. Now I know you may have seen the combo with a skeleton urban mask with a specific pattern on these gloves. That pattern for these gloves is extremely overpriced, so you really shouldn't go for it. Sure, it looks cool, it's creative, but you shouldn't go for it. Go for this instead. And again I say, any Tiger Tooth knife works. Up next we have Arid gloves, and I pair them with a Karambit Lore. Overall, I think Lore finishes are probably your best choice for these gloves. Now, they do look a bit washed out in terms of the yellow color. To be honest, there really aren't many yellow knives, yellow finishes for the knives to choose from. The only other thing you have is a Tiger Tooth, but it's more orange than yellow, so it doesn't really fit that good here. And to be fair, maybe you want to go for a bigger bladed knife, for example an M9 bayonet, because then the Lore finish starts from the dark yellow to the bright yellow, so it fits a bit better with these gloves. Up next we have Nox gloves, perfectly black. And to be honest, I think it's best to pair them with rare gem knives. Here specifically I went for the M9 Bayonet Ruby. Now let me explain. You can pair them with any knife that has a dark handle. Rare gem knives stand out the best just because it highlights the knife even more, which makes it look like a lightsaber. I'm gonna be honest, it looks absolutely amazing. You can definitely pair them with a lot of knives. To be fair, if you want a completely black, I think night knives are a go-to choice. They're a bit blue rather than dark, but it still works. Up next we have Omega gloves, and it's best paired with an M9 Lore specifically. Now the reason why I say it's best paired with the M9 Lore is because I had this combo. I don't know, the big knives just work the best with these gloves. Sure, you could go for a Tiger Tooth, but it doesn't really fit that well. So I think Lore knives are your best choice. And again, I would go for specifically M9 Bayonet just because it highlights the combo even more because of its huge blade. Up next, we have the famous Hedge Maze gloves, and I combine them with an M9 Black Lemonade. Now I know this is probably a sin to do because people usually pair them with emeralds, but hear me out. The color on the gloves, the green color, is not an emerald color tone. It's a lime green, so you can't really pair it with any knife finish. Let's be real here. So what should you do? Ignore the green. Just take a look at black and white. What pairs with black and white? Black Lemonade. Looks absolutely incredible. Maybe you've seen this combo before. You probably won't see any professional use this, to be fair. So I think if you can afford this, I would go for this for sure. You have banger gloves, and to be honest, the knife shines incredibly well. Even though it's not expensive as the gloves are, it shines incredibly well when paired together with these gloves. Up next, we have my favorite gloves in the whole game, Superconductor gloves combined with a Karambit Gamma Doppler Phase 1 Diamond Gem. Now, you definitely saw this combo before. It got really popular at some point, and that's the reason why the Gamma Doppler Phase 1 Karambits are so fucking expensive. But to be fair, it looks absolutely amazing. Even better than a Case Hardened Blue Gem in my opinion, because a diamond color tone looks insanely well when paired with these gloves. It's definitely my dream combo. Without a doubt, there is no better knife to pair with these gloves. No other Gamma Doppler Phase 1 works better than the Karambit with these gloves. Up next, we have Wise gloves. combined with a karambit fade. Now, there really isn't any reason to go for a karambit fade. Sure, it's a small bladed knife, so you won't see any other fade colors except pink and blue, which matches perfectly with these gloves. Even if you go for other knives, you could still try to get a good pattern, so you don't really see the white as much. I think any other color works. Sure, you will see a bit of yellow. I think that's fine. But if you want to be perfect, if you want to go for pink and blue only, then you need to go for a karambit, talon, or a butterfly. But I think karambit or talon is your best choice here. And in my opinion, you can even go for lower percentage fade just so you could see that blue. If you don't like the blue, you can go for high percentage fade, which then you will see pink most of the time. Up next, we have another favorite combo of mine, amphibious gloves combined with a talon sapphire. Now these gloves were incredibly bad, so you really need to get them in a good float, minimal wear and above if you want them to look flawless. Now the reason why I paired it with a talon is again because of its ivory handle, which matches nicely with the white parts on the top of these gloves. And a sapphire is a no-brainer. You have amphibious gloves which have this dark blue combined with a light blue pattern, which matches 1-to-1 with a sapphire. Now again, you can go for any sapphire, but I think talon fits the best just because of its ivory handle. And lastly, for sports gloves, we have the famous Pandora's boxes combined with an M9 black pearl. The reason I picked the M9 is again because of its huge blade, which dominates the screen, making this combo look even better. To be fair, you can go for any black pearl, it works just as well, but I think this is your best choice for sure. I just like the M9. To be honest, I just like the M9, but if you don't like it, I would suggest going for a karambit or a butterfly. I think that works. Those three knives work the best, but that's definitely your best choice, and this is definitely your go-to if you like the color purple. Although it is way too expensive, but still, you can only dream. You can afford it, dream about it. So those are all of the gloves I will do for this episode. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe, and definitely comment below if you want to see more parts, because I will not bother doing them if you guys don't want to see that. So please comment down below and I will make sure to do other parts. Now, if you need any help with pricing or with skins in general, comment it down below. I will help you out. I hope you have an amazing day and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.